15 miles northwest of Amarna, at Ashmunain, is a ruined temple. Zahi once read about a small stone block found here that points to Akhenaton being King Tut's father. The block was originally examined by German archaeologists in a nearby warehouse, but no one has seen it since the Second World War.
No one ever saw this block in any place since 1939. It is not registered in the register book.
This warehouse contains thousands of blocks from the Amarna period.
اللوحة الثانية دي اللي هي سطر.
But if anyone can find it, it's Zahi.
لا لا سن.
In a corner of the warehouse, they get a break.
هنا بدايتها هنا ومش مظبوطة انخت.
They find the block, or at least half of it.
اوكي تعال نحضر.
Now they have to find the other half.
في ده طب تعالى كده شيل حجر بحجر ادخل.
Over the next 3 hours, they literally leave no stone unturned. Until the team spots something.
فين؟ ها؟ تقدروا تشيلوها دي؟ الحمد لله. يلا شيل. This is historically is very important for the Amarna period. يلا شيل يا علي.
يلا
استنى.
The two halves of the block are reunited. Now Zahi must translate this message from the past.
King's son, in Chet F, Merit F, Tut Unwrapped.
The king's son, of his body, his beloved, Tut Unwrapped.
This is a very important evidence that King Tut is the son of Akhenaton. There is no other monument, there is no inscriptions in any temple that has the name of Tut Unwrapped in Amarna except this block.
It's a breakthrough. The inscription suggests Akhenaton is King Tut's father. For definite proof, they need to examine Akhenaton's mummy. But it's been missing for centuries. The team has been trying every trick in the book to read King Tut's genes. And after testing hundreds of different chemical formulas to filter out the brown resin, eventually they figure it out.
My God.
Wow.
They hit on the right combination and managed to isolate the first small piece of King Tut's DNA. It's a breakthrough.
All this time we spent here in this lab doing all this hard work, and finally we've got it. It's amazing. I couldn't believe it.
It was a great day.
With this DNA, the team hopes they can finally solve one of the greatest mysteries in all Egyptology and track down the father of Tutankhamun. Now buried under the sand, this was the city built by Tut's father, Akhenaten. The records say it lasted only 20 years before being abandoned. Archaeologist Barry Kemp and his team want to know why.
Here we have a person who lived 3,350 years ago at Tel Amarna, walked the streets, actually spoke ancient Egyptian, and would have heard about, gossiped about Akhenaten, would have known the answers to some of the questions that we endlessly debate, who these people were, how they interrelated to each other.
Working on the outskirts of Amarna, archaeologists have made a grim discovery that might hold some clues. A vast graveyard.
We located the first cemetery of the citizens of Amarna, and it became a trail of bones back into this valley, and suddenly realized, yes, this is a cemetery, and it's a very large one. There might be a minimum number of 2,000 people buried.
How and why did these Egyptians perish? Kemp's forensic group tries to read what's written in the bones of the dead. But Zahi wants more proof, so he continues his investigation of the royal tomb at Amarna. Some scholars think this is where Nefertiti was buried. But any mummies or artifacts have long since disappeared.
We are in the area of the beginning of the tomb that looks like a burial was prepared for one of the queens who were buried with Akhenaten. We saw at the end the burial chamber of Akhenaten and the place for the sarcophagus. But this could be a perfect place for the burial of Nefertiti.
As he explores further, Zahi's trained eye picks up something unexpected.
This burial chamber looks completely unfinished.
This is not an abandoned tomb. It's an abandoned construction site.
It was prepared for the burial of Queen Nefertiti. And that can show that Nefertiti was never buried here.
So where was she buried? This is where the trail of Nefertiti runs cold.